May Gray, the story again today. Let's go to Evelyn Taft and find out how much longer we're going to see this.
Did you mean to rhyme? Was that intentional?
I'm a poet.
Oh,
and
you didn't even know it. Oh, I almost stole your line there. But yes, pretty impressive, huh? We were dealing with that May Gray today. And, well, looks like we're going to continue to deal with it over the next couple of days. But to what extent? We're going to explain coming up in just a minute. We're taking you outside right now to the Santa Monica Pier and, well, to radar, where we're dealing with plenty of cloud cover at the moment. That marine layer really thickened up, and when that happens, we actually see it mix out more readily along the coast into your inland spots. It hung pretty strong today as well, but by tomorrow, we're expecting to see partial clearing into your inland spots and maybe some partial clearing along the coast as well. So sunshine might actually be in the equation tomorrow for a change. 50s and 60s for the most part this evening. 61 in downtown, 58 in San Dimas. Palmdale, you're at 56 degrees. And earlier today downtown, you made it to a very mild 65. Average is 74, record number's 98. So we didn't make it to average temperatures, certainly didn't make it to record temperatures, and we're not getting close over the next 24 hours. We're talking 50s, 60s, flirting with 70 with maybe a few rays of sunshine by the afternoon, and you're going to see temperatures into the 60s generally with a few exceptions. The high desert, Palmdale, you're getting up to 77. Woodland Hills, you're getting up to 73 degrees. So we're going to show exactly, well, how much warmer it's going to get or how much more sunshine we're going to see as we head toward the weekend. That's all coming up in your 5-day forecast in just a bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
I don't know about all of you, but I probably speak for all of you that, gosh, I would love to see the sun again.
I know.
One of these days.
I know.
I would love to literally dust the lenses off my sunglasses and wear them again.
You know, I've been wearing mine around.
Really? But people up in Washington State are just laughing at us. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah.
Sun? What is the sun?
You guys are pathetic.
So pathetic.
It feels like, well, it feels like it's been ages. And again, maybe the sunglasses, I'm just trying to pretend like it's
it's been a long
sunny.
time.
The beauty is it hasn't been freezing and it's not windy and blustery and
a lot worse than it is.
Right.
It's mild. And you know what happens? We get a little bit of heat and that cloud cover actually traps in the heat. It sort of acts as our insulation, and that's why it's a little more mild at night if you step outside. It's been pretty mild during the day. It just hasn't been warm or hot because we haven't seen that sunshine come in the afternoon hours. Still cloudy out there. You'll see right here as we get a look from our Hollywood Hills camera overlooking the basin this evening, and you're going to see low cloud cover in store for us. It's 60, so it's not shabby outside in the way of temperatures. 60 degrees right here, the broadcast center in Studio City. But as we head into the next few days, we are bracing for maybe a little more sunshine. We'll tell you where, how much, all that good stuff coming up in just a little bit. But we do want to take you to the rest of your forecast. We'll show you your weather headlines, and you're going to see right here, well, low clouds and fog, still a factor in the morning, still a factor into the overnight hours and evening hours, of course, as we just saw a minute ago. We're also looking at a little more clearing. So at this point tomorrow, well, looks like we could see clearer conditions into our inland spots, maybe a little bit of clearing along the coast. We're warming up just a touch over the next few days and keeping temperatures, well, on the warmer side and keeping conditions on the sunnier side, especially inland, as we head toward the weekend. So we're going to break down that weekend forecast coming up in just a minute, but you're going to see right here on Futurecast, it's set for 3 a.m. So for the overnight hours, we are dealing with a bit of cloud cover, maybe a bit of patchy drizzle. That's not out of the question even to the early morning hours. And as we head into the later morning hours around that commute, well, still looks pretty gloomy, maybe a little wet outside as well. But by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at more clearing. So sunshine could certainly be a factor tomorrow, and it will most likely be a factor as we head toward the weekend. At this point, low pressure, that trough still sitting over Southern California. So still looking at, well, drizzle and cloud cover, but again, we're expecting less of it as we head into the next few days. So let's go ahead and jump forward to that 5-day forecast. We'll show you what we're talking about temperature-wise for the valleys in the Inland Empire. 70s, eventually turning to 80s by the weekend. 80 for you on Saturday. Still talking 80s by Sunday. I know, there we go. The sunshine is back. So enjoy that. Well, you will enjoy it. Can't enjoy it quite yet. We're going to show you what it looks like at the coast and in the basin. That's all coming up in just a bit. Back to you. And we're looking at, well, a gloomy forecast, but for how much longer? We're going to have the answers coming right up.
Well, it's a little, we can't say gloom because that's for June, right? It's just gray. We have to say May gray. So you want me to rap this time? I did poetry earlier in the show. Now you want me to rap the weather? No, that would be for Evelyn Taft, our meteorologist.
Rap the toss to the weather.
MC Evelyn.
All right, it's gray, and we want it to go away. How was that?
Perfect.
It was gloomy today. All right, I'm having too much fun. We were rhyming earlier, poetry, rapping. Yes, I try to be a good sport. So did that work out okay for you? I hope that was to your liking, Rick. But yes, it is gray out there, and we are looking at a pretty gloomy forecast. And well, that should be lasting over the next couple of days, but there are some changes on the way. So we're going to let you know what those are coming up in a minute. We're taking you to radar, and as we do, you're going to see gray conditions at this point, gloomy conditions, that marine layer intact all across the coast, spanning into the basin and spanning into your inland spots as well. Eventually, we're expecting it to mix out. Looks like tomorrow we could maybe even see some sunshine inland and maybe some partial clearing at the coast. 50s and 60s out there this evening, pretty mild. That cloud cover is actually acting as insulation. It's insulating us. All the heat is trapped underneath all the clouds, and as a result, we're looking at upper 50s and 60s. Not too bad outside, pretty comfortable. 60 in downtown, 61 in San Pedro, and 62 in Laguna Beach. Earlier today, we made it to 65, averages 74, record numbers 98, so didn't get anywhere close to record numbers, and we're inching a little closer to average tomorrow over the next 24 hours, 50s, 60s, and flirting with 70 degrees by the afternoon with maybe a few rays of sunshine. 66 in Anaheim, so if you want to head to Disneyland, there you go. Pretty mild for you. Downtown 69, the beach 65, Riverside 69 as well, and Woodland Hills you're getting up to about 73 degrees. So we're still looking at, well, some pretty warm conditions into some of our inland spots, but of course a little cooler at the coast. A little more cloud cover there as well. We're still bracing for low clouds in the morning. More clearing tomorrow though, maybe a bit of patchy drizzle before that, but I will tell you over the next few days we're warming up, and more importantly, we're warming it up for the weekend. Let's get a look at that weekend forecast, your 5-day forecast for the basin in Orange County, showing you a little bit of clearing tomorrow, clouds and sun by your Friday, warm temperatures by your Saturday and Sunday and by the afternoon. On Monday, we're up to about 74 degrees under partly cloudy skies. One more 5-day forecast for you this evening. We're checking in with the coast. You're going to see, well, maybe a bit of clearing tomorrow, mostly to partly cloudy by your Friday, and more sunshine and a little warmer as we head into your Saturday, Sunday, and your Monday. We're going to have more 5-day forecasts coming up for you in just a little bit, so don't go away. Rick and Sharon, back to you. And we're looking at gloomy conditions in the forecast, but how long will this gloomy weather last? We'll have the answers coming up.
And a football player?
Way out here.
Yeah, nothing like that. Yeah, that would really be possible, but you still can get a tan through the clouds. You know, the rays still come through. So even though it's cloudy, you still should put on that sunscreen. And, well, it's going to remain cloudy over the next couple of days. But there might be a little bit of clearing in the forecast. We'll tell you when and where coming up in just a minute. But we're taking you outside first to the Santa Monica Pier, where we're dealing with, yes, cloud cover out there. Low clouds producing a bit of drizzle already and potentially producing more into the overnight and morning hours. This has been the drill the last couple of days. Temperatures out there in the 50s for the most part, 59 in downtown, 57 in San Dimas as we head over to the high desert. You're at 54 in Palmdale, and moving over to Malibu, you're at 58 degrees. So earlier today, we made it to 65. Average is 74 and record number is 98. So we were certainly below all of those numbers. And by tomorrow, we're inching closer to average. Not quite there yet. You'll see a little bit of sunshine by the afternoon potentially, but we are waking up to gloomier conditions in the morning hours. 69 in downtown tomorrow, Anaheim 66, Riverside 69, and Woodland Hills actually getting up to a pretty warm 73 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. So we are expecting some sunshine in the afternoon hours, but we're still talking morning low clouds and fog. A little more clearing tomorrow, and that pattern is going to continue over the next few days. A little warmer tomorrow as well. And, well, as we head toward the weekend, we're talking a pretty significant warm up once we get there. So we'll have that coming up in a minute. We're taking you to Futurecast first, where we are dealing with a little bit of cloud cover, maybe a little bit of drizzle continuing through the overnight and morning hours. You'll see that around 5 a.m., even around your morning commute. Then by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Futurecast is showing us some clearing. Doesn't look like it's going to be 100% clear tomorrow. I will tell you there's still a chance that we will see pretty cloudy conditions, but we will see more clearing compared to what we've seen the last couple of days, at least at this point. For the basin in Orange County, there we go. Some clearing tomorrow, clouds and sun, warmer temperatures as we head toward the weekend. For the coast, 60s with a little more sunshine by the weekend. And finally, checking in with the valleys, the Inland Empire, you're going to see 70s, eventually turning to 80s with plenty of sunshine by the weekend. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Thanks, Evelyn.